Hi guys, it's Rich with TSK F1. How you doing? With the recent news that Oscar Piastri will be joining the McLaren team to join Lando Norris from 2023, I thought it would be a good idea to do a little driver profile on Piastri to sort of explain why there has been a little battle between Alpine and McLaren over his signature and driving in 2023. Please do make sure you've liked the video and subscribed because along with this content, I'll be making more real F1 content and doing watch-alongs too for qualifying and the races going forward. So make sure you've got that bell button tapped. So, Oscar Piastri is a 21-year-old Australian managed by former F1 driver Mark Webber. Now, he's been a member of the Alpine youth program for a few years, but he was sort of loaned out to McLaren as a reserve driver as well. But it's kind of understood that as part of that, Piastri wanted other reassurances that there might be further opportunity with a race seat going forward. And with Ricciardo announcing he wouldn't be driving for McLaren, it was almost certain that Piastri would be driving for them, but now it is official. But why are Alpine, or why were Alpine so bothered, and why were McLaren so bothered about getting his signature? Well, Piastri is one of the hottest properties in youth Formula One, if you like, moving forward. He won the Formula Renault Euro Cup back in 2018. But beyond that, he has also won other series, including the FIA Formula 3 Championship. So let's have a look at that now. He won that in front of Victor Martins and others. Now, you may not know some of the other names, but this is one of the feeder series up to Formula One. And as you can see, he won plenty of races and won the title there. Moving on, in 2020, he also won the F3 Championship. Now, there are names there that you're going to see coming into Formula One for sure. Théo Pourchaire, there in second place. Logan Sargent is being mentioned as a driver that could be going to Williams potentially next season in place of Nicholas Latifi. So there are drivers there which, you know, they've also got some pedigree going forward into Formula One. And in 2021, he won F2 in front of Schwartzman, an actual current F1 driver, Guan Yu Zhou. So, you know, he's already beaten now current F1 drivers, Théo Pourchaire there, Yuri Vips, Daruvula, Drugovic, Lawson. So there are names all over, and he smashed them pretty much. He was, what's that, 60 points ahead. So it was highly sort of expected that he would join Formula One immediately, but he didn't. Becoming the Alpine reserve driver, Alpine deciding that they would choose Fernando Alonso. And this is kind of where the drama has set off because Fernando Alonso was kept on and he decided then that he would go to Aston Martin because it's thought that Alpine would only give him a one-season contract. I think on the expectation that Piastri would stay with them in a reserve role for one more season and then take up that racing role. Now, I'm a Fernando Alonso fan, but I'm seriously thinking that Alpine will regret this decision because Piastri coming through the ranks has proven really that he's almost certainly got the talent to deliver a CV with the best of them coming through the ranks. You could look at Mick Schumacher winning series coming through F3, F2, but the reality is he did that on the second time of asking in each series. Piastri has won these series on the first time of asking, coming through, and everyone knew that really Alpine had a serious driver on the hands. And I think they maybe put a little bit too much stock in Fernando Alonso, and they probably should have given him a race seat for this season. And I say that even as a Fernando Alonso fan. Now, I have to say, looking at the current Formula One grid, McLaren have secured themselves one of the most exciting youngest driver pairings on the grid. With Lando Norris and Piastri, McLaren genuinely have two potential World Championship drivers. And really, you can say that about Mercedes. You could probably say it about Ferrari, but how long are Mercedes going to be able to say that? George, potential future world champion, and Lewis, I think, has a world championship in him going forward, but really, how long is he going to be around? Red Bull, maybe you're looking towards, I don't know, maybe you'd want a Jack Doohan going in there. I'm not sure who you're going to get going into there. But for me, McLaren have secured themselves a lot of talent into the future with this move, and this is probably why they fought it. It's really good business for them. Now, if they can give those two drivers the car, you're looking at a seriously strong team for a long, long time in McLaren now. And what this does do is opens up the Alpine seat. Now, we have a few options here. Right now, at the time of recording, it's highly anticipated that we're going to see Pierre Gasley move into that seat, which I don't think is a bad move. For Pierre Gasly, what's he going to do with his career? I thought he was a shoe-in for the McLaren seat, but this was a while back when it was understood really that Piastri was an Alpine driver, you know? But with AlphaTauri now opening up a seat, who goes into there? You've got a few options. I don't see Danny Rick going into that seat either. Could Mick Schumacher make the move, having cut ties with the Ferrari driver program? Who knows? That really is the seat now that's open, because it is strongly suggested Gasly moves over. So do let me know in the comments what you think to this move for Oscar Piastri. Do you think this is the right move for McLaren to have dropped Daniel Ricciardo basically for Oscar Piastri? Do you think it's the right move for them? And do you think Gasly's going to go to Alpine? And if so, who do you think goes into that AlphaTauri seat? Personally, I think this is an amazing move for McLaren. They really now have quite an amount of pressure on them to deliver the car, because for me, they have two drivers that can both win them a world championship in the coming years if they do deliver the car. But what do you think to Piastri? Let me know down in the comments. Is this the right move? Does Gasly go to Alpine? And if so, who goes to AlphaTauri? Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you soon.